Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking The Ordinary, but more specifically, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and feelings on the brand and why perhaps you probably noticed over the past couple of months they don't feature in my skincare routine as often as they used to. I used to be a total The Ordinary fangirl. Every product that they brought out featured in my routine at some point. I really swore by so many of their products. However, I think just over time things have changed, and you've probably noticed on YouTube and over on other social media channels that the amount of hype surrounding The Ordinary just seems to diminish over time. Some of that is because they're becoming more of an established brand rather than an upstart, but I also think there's some key things missing from the brand which are leading to that sense that they're moving from that must-have viral skincare sensation into a little bit more of a brand, and I think they risk moving into that total fail category if some things don't change. I'm going to be sharing my own thoughts and feelings, and of course I'd love to know what your thoughts and feelings on The Ordinary are, so leave me a comment below. But we're going to unpack it and talk more about The Ordinary, so keep on watching. I don't think I'm the first to actually call this out. I remember a few months ago James Welsh also shared his updated thoughts and feelings on The Ordinary. In fact, I'll leave a link to that video. I'll find it out and leave a link to that below if you do want to check it out. And on the back of that, I actually came to the defense of The Ordinary and said, actually, I still think there's a huge place for The Ordinary in our skincare routines. I praised them for kind of being the brand that broke the mold. They took that ingredient focus and ran with it. They made the whole industry change their approach from being one that was advertised by celebrities, the look, you were buying into the aesthetic, through to actually just focusing down on the quality of the ingredients, on what they're going to deliver for your skin. Taking away all of that fragrance, all the extra things that brands used to inflate the price of their products, and just give us those cult ingredients that are going to give great benefit to our skin, but in that beautifully affordable price point. I was fully on board, and I excused a lot of maybe the sense that the brand was getting a little bit stale. I said that's absolutely fine because they were the ones that broke the mold. I now think maybe like 6 months later, I'm starting to feel that I'm reaching for them a lot less, and I think there's a few key things that I'm going to call out. First of all, I just think that lack of innovation. This is something that I found time and time again with The Ordinary, is that just failure to bring out new products. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like those brands that bring out a new product every single week, so we can never seem to keep on top of it. There's always a new launch, and we almost feel obliged as consumers to keep spending our hard-earned coin to keep up with the trends with certain brands. I don't like that, and I think that's that consumerism at its worst, where brands are just taking advantage of us as the consumers. However, it's been a year and a half now since The Ordinary have launched a new product, and that was a niacinamide powder, which, let's be honest, isn't a whole host different to their existing niacinamide range. There's not been a real new, brand spanking new and exciting launch for them in over 2 years. And I think whilst these brands are viral, they have their sensation, and it's great that brands take time to develop products. I think as consumers, we do kind of start to forget about brands if there isn't something to attach our interest to, keep our interest going, and something to fangirl hard over. And I kind of feel we've missed that from The Ordinary. I've been looking at some of the other Deciem brands, some of the great launches from Hylamide, from Neod, and from their other smaller brands such as the Chemistry brand. So good, and they've had some great new launches, but nothing from The Ordinary. And this isn't because I don't think there needs to be new products. There's huge gaps in their skincare arsenal. Stuff like tranexamic acid would be gorgeous. What about a multifunctional brightening product that mixes a couple of really great brightening ingredients such as kojic acid and azelaic acid? That'd be a really great addition. There are so many things they could add. Beyond the total lack of innovation, I think the other thing that has really reduced The Ordinary in my own thoughts and feelings is the fact that they often overpromise and then underdeliver. I know all brands can fail to meet deadlines and things, but they often promise to bring back products such as the mysterious salicylic acid 2% serum, which has been out of stock for so long, and The Ordinary keeps saying it's been reformulated, don't worry, it's coming back better than ever. And it never does. The same goes for their mineral sunscreens. We've been promised a hybrid sunscreen. That's disappeared without a trace. They sort of piqued our interest with it a while back. We haven't heard anything since. And again, they haven't really done anything to fill us in or keep us updated and interested in the new launches. The same goes for their enzyme peel. This is the one that I was most excited about. Around a year ago, when they mentioned that it would be coming in a couple of months, I got super excited. I filmed a video here on the channel. And yet, a year later, we still haven't seen it. So I find it really difficult to get excited about future launches from The Ordinary, knowing that they're probably not going to happen, or they're probably not going to happen in the time frames that they're advertising them. And I think that letdown, that over-promising and under-delivering, is a key issue with the brand that does leave us as consumers, or me certainly, feeling a little bit cold. Finally, it comes on to the reformulations. I know I'm going to be red to filth for this, because I know a lot of the time when we have a cult holy grail product, the last thing we want to see is a brand reformulating it, and this can leave us feeling a bit like, oh, really, they're going to take a product we love and they're going to change it up, probably not make it as good, or maybe it disrupt how it works on our skin. However, I do think brands have shown time and time again a really well thought through reformulation can be a great thing, and there are so many of The Ordinary products that do need that attention and that reformulation. I'm going to call out the drying, the harsh base formulation of that niacinamide 10 plus zinc 1 serum. So stripping and drying, and it doesn't need to be. They could reformulate that, keep the great strength of niacinamide in there, but reformulate it with more gentle ingredients around it, and I think that would help to, you know, get rid of some of the drying and the stripping nature that that product can deliver. Similarly, their azelaic acid. This was game changing when it launched, because it was one of the few azelaic acids you could get your hands on, and it works so well. We kind of didn't mind the awful silicone peeling, didn't really work under any other skincare vibe that you got from it, because it was the only azelaic acid available to us. Now there is a plethora, there are so many great azelaic acids. In fact, I covered them all in a recent video, which I'll leave a link to up there if you want to know a little bit more. But that, so much choice, and then we look at this, you know, silicone based azelaic acid and think, why would anyone recommend that or reach for that when there's so many other similarly priced products on the market that just give a better overall experience? I think they should look at a lot of the products that they offer and work out whether, without increasing the price, because no one wants to see the price inflation, but whether they can tweak the formulations to just make for a better end user customer experience, and I think we'd all be on board. Finally, it comes down to the Estee Lauder takeover. Now, I covered this in a recent video, my thoughts and feelings, which I left a link to up there. On the back of that, things did change. Your prices did change. We saw some products removed, particularly the promise of future products removed from the website. We saw the full website redesign. First of all, they got rid of the reviews, but they're back now. There was a whole lot of change going on in there, but I can't actually see any of the change actually being for the better. I don't think the website design is particularly great. I think the old design was better. Certainly, that's my opinion, though. If you differ, leave me a comment below. I think the old website just worked better and had a better user interface. The prices have gone up and down, but nothing really material has happened, and it just feels like nothing's really been delivered. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because we don't always want huge change, but I think it just feels like, you know, the takeover happened, and this was an opportunity for them to really say, this is what we're going to do to put the consumer first and to actually deliver some amazing, great new product pipelines, reformulations, and nothing really happened, which left me feeling a little bit cold. Now, I don't want to, you know, from this, I don't want to discredit The Ordinary. I actually still love so many of their products. The Azuraline solution. This is my go-to anti-aging peptide. Powerhouse product, and I love it. Their lactic acid 10%, one of the best glow-enhancing exfoliators out there. All these products are still really good and feature in my skincare routine. I just don't want to keep sharing with you the same products time and time again, because it gets a bit repetitive, which is why often you don't see The Ordinary called out as much. I wish they'd launch some new products so we could absolutely get our hands on them, review them, and hopefully fangirl over how amazing they are. I also worry that whilst they were the innovators, they were the first brand to come up with some of these great products. They've since seen other brands do it and often do it better. And the same is going to happen to like that Azuraline solution and that lactic acid. There's going to be another brand that comes along and does it a little bit better. Maybe it's in a nicer package. Maybe it's got a better ethos behind it. Something will change and we'll gravitate towards this. And this is how they end up losing that hype and that consumer base. So I hope The Ordinary are listening and they're taking note to what us as consumers would want. We don't want a wholesale change. We don't want a plethora of new products that we feel like we have to splurge on, but just, you know, keeping people updated, not over promising and under delivering, and having a pipeline of deliverable new products that could keep us interested. We all love that fangirl moment, and I know so many of you guys out there absolutely love The Ordinary. I always like to end on a positive, because I try to bring a bit of positivity to this channel. I don't want it to be about the negative. I just wanted to explain why I don't always gravitate to The Ordinary anymore, why you don't see them on the channel as often. But I'm going to leave links below to my absolute favourite products from The Ordinary, from the Azuraline, via the lactic acid, and also the glycolic acid, which is a great treatment for the body. I'm going to leave some of my favourites below if you do want to check them out. And of course, if you want to know where the technology's at and where the great skincare's at, Neod, which is a sister brand under the Deciem banner to The Ordinary, is still game changing. You can see it in the background, some of my favourite skincare. I'm going to leave a link to a video I did celebrating all things Neod up there. Definitely check that out, because if you're a little bit let down by The Ordinary, maybe you feel a little bit like it's not exciting you anymore, honestly, the Neod will excite you. Oh, so much to choose from. So I definitely check that out. Wherever you are in the world, guys, I hope you're staying safe and well. And this just outlines some of my thoughts and feelings and like the emerging consensus, because I don't think it's just me feeling this surrounding The Ordinary. I hope they're listening and making their changes, because I love them as a brand. I love that price point. And I will be straight back on them as a brand with a few minor tweaks, reformulations, and a couple of new products to keep us interested. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.